prepared speech given today by Hubert. So Hubert will prepare himself a little bit. And Hubert is for a very long time in our club. He's a very experienced speaker, and he also took part in competitions, international speech contests. So he is awarded speaker. He's realizing his 7th project today, project number 7, and it's one of the 10 basic projects. Every member of our club receives this special book where you have 10 projects, and starting from the first project, icebreaker, coming to the stage and just break the ice, going to the second, third, body language, vocal variety, and so on, to the 10th project when you can inspire the audience. Today, Hubert has project number 7, which is research your topic. It's about getting much information from different sources. It's also confronting the ideas, confronting the ideas of different sources, and his topic is devoted to global warming. He's interested in this idea, and he wanted to learn something more about this. We all know him as a person very concerned about local problems of our world, and I believe he has something important to say on this subject. Hubert Rutkowski, global warming, Hubert Rutkowski.
Thank you, Mateusz. Welcome, everyone. I am Dr. Hubert Rutkowski from the AGH University of Science and Technology, Faculty of Climatology. I am here today to tell you about a very important and hot subject. Perhaps, do you know what it is? Great! Great! I have an intelligent audience here. Very nice. I will need to move the slides, so I'll take this from here, closer to me. Global warming. What is global warming? Global warming is the rise of the temperature of Earth's atmosphere and oceans since the late 19th century, and the projected continuation of the rise. Since Industrial Revolution began, mean surface temperatures have increased by about 0.8 degrees Celsius, with about 2/3 occurring in the late 80s of 20th century. Another famous name, greenhouse effect. Greenhouse is a building in which you build to trap the heat of the sun. In case of the Earth, the greenhouse effect applies to the effect that we have infrared radiation coming from sun that gets trapped inside our atmosphere due to the greenhouse gases. Gases like carbon dioxide, methane, or nitrous oxide, which are greenhouse gases. And greenhouse effect is a natural thing, and carbon dioxide, an famous gas, is also a good thing. However, without that, Earth wouldn't exist as we know it. However, there is this claim that humans have, due to their actions, made something called anthropogenic global warming, which might cause the Earth to warm too much. And we will talk about this anthropogenic thing later. Now, the first thing you need to know about global warming is that it exists. And in the scientific literature, there is a strong consensus that global surface temperatures have increased in the recent decades, and that the trend is caused mainly by human-induced emissions. We'll go to that shortly. No scientific body of national or international standing disagrees with this view, according to English Wikipedia. And this thing has been observed by many ways. here we have carbon dioxide levels for the last 500,000 years, and we see a huge spike in recent years. We observe that oceans have rapidly acidified since the Industrial Revolution began. Very visible is the melting of ice caps near Antarctica and Arctica, and as well as rising sea levels. And this is an important point. AGW is anthropogenic global warming. GW is global warming. And even people who don't agree with that humans are causing humans are causing global warming, do agree that global warming exists. Even petroleum companies like Shell or BP, they agree with the IPCC standing, and this is International Panel on Climate Change, that it exists, and they are preparing to do it. What is not agreed by everyone is whether humans are causing global warming. However, most scientists do agree that global warming is caused by humans, by our actions here, and in fact, all national science academies have issued standings that they agree with this fact. For example, here is Royal Society of United Kingdom. The same thing happened with National Science Academy of USA or Polish Academy of Sciences, PAN. And people usually blame heavy industries like carbon, fossil fuels, coal industries for this effect, or transportation, as usually is these cars that we ride cars in cities, or that we fly in planes, or the sea transport is also blamed for that. And this is true, however, people typically forget about the animals. What effect do animals have in this picture? And in fact, there are 56 billion animals raised and killed for human consumption each year. And our meat and dairy production has a huge impact on climate change. First, it is a major driver of deforestation to create pasture and to grow feed. An example, cutting Amazon forests and to grow soybeans that will be given to cattle, to pigs. Second, we have huge amounts of fertilizers that are used to grow animal feed, and fertilizers release nitrous oxide. And you remember, nitrous oxide is a very potent greenhouse gas. It is 273 times more potent than carbon dioxide. And third, we have animals themselves releasing greenhouse gases due to belching and to passing winds. Especially cows are excelling on that. And here we have two important numbers that we know from the FAO report from 2007. Those are 18%. This is the amount of carbon dioxide that is released by animals, and 13% by whole human transport worldwide. And this made people, scientists, think about it. What could be done with that? What can we change here? And they say that adopting a vegetarian diet would be a good thing to do. This man was the head of IPCC, and he says that he promotes vegetarian diet as an effective way of households to reduce the amount of greenhouse emissions. And he himself is a vegetarian. Now, the future. The future, my friends, is green and bleak, because if this thing is true, if global warming persists, we will have things that are claimed from NASA or IPCC say that we will have more tsunamis, more hurricanes, we will have more droughts, heat waves, wildfires. This is all due to the temperatures. The sea levels will rise, making more floods. In different regions of the earth, species will extinct. And this is if we will do the business as usual. as always, there are people who say that this is a conspiracy theory, or that people are on either side for money. Of course, that companies producing ecological solutions and selling renewable energies lobby and bribe scientists to present false data and journalists to spread them. Of course, that companies polluting environment and atmosphere, especially big corporations that profit on fossil fuels, lobby and bribe scientists to present false data and journalists to spread them. There is no difference. My point is that the control of CO2 emissions should be embraced by everyone, even those who say it doesn't have any effect on climate change, because if they are in error, we might lose the planet. And if those from the other side will be wrong, we will have financial losses, maybe economic decline, and a cleaner planet. Deniers, on the other hand, will have us wait until people start dying, and then it might be too late at that moment. Ultimately, unfortunately, most likely nothing will be done, because that's just the nature of humans, until yes, very, very bad things start to happen. And even even petroleum companies do start to get into some more green energy things. And last thing I want you to know is that in the 2009 climate summit in Copenhagen, leaders agreed to the 2-degree target. We can't raise Earth temperature more than 2 degrees. And we have already risen it by 0.8 since the Industrial Revolution began, and computer models say that we will rise it again by another 0.8 because the carbon dioxide that is already in the atmosphere will still rise to continue to overheat the atmosphere. And so it means we are already 3/4 on the way to the 2-degree target, and pretty much nothing has been done to prevent that. Old African proverb says that if you want to go far, go together. If you want to go quickly, go alone. We have to go far quickly. Thank you.
Congratulations on the speech. I learned a lot, and about going far quickly, let's go to another part quickly. But before that, I would like to ask you